Welcome to another Oldman Legends Top 10 Best and 10 Worst Marvel Legends list for 2023. Quick disclaimer, I don't have any Build-A-Figures, has Labs or MCU figures in this list. Starting out with the number 10 best, we have the return to window packaging Blade figure from the Mindless One wave. A great head sculpt expression and overall look for the character was highly anticipated, but the old Havoc arms kept him from being higher on this list. I will keep my custom Blade, and this new one can remain mint on card. At number 10 worst, we will stick with arm articulation problems and go with Emma Frost. The team had said they are aware there are certain times when soft goods need to be used, and this is a great example of that. This figure winds up being a statue due to hindered articulation. However, it is still better than that last version. At number 9 best, we have Ronan the Accuser. Finally, I've waited a long time for this. I think I made my custom Ronan back in 2020, and it's odd that they used the old Colossus recipe that I also used back then. I have my custom in with my Kree soldiers and this new one with my Annihilators display. At number 9 worst is the fan channel exclusive Rogue. It's not even that it's a bad figure, it's just boring, and I think we can all agree there are better Rogue costumes and looks that we would rather spend our money on and could be done on fan channel if not store shelves. At number 8 best, we have Hyperion. Finally, an updated body mold to replace the old one. The sculpted belt part came out good, and this is the more modern look we see for him in current comics. Slowly updating my custom squadron display. At number 8 worst, we don't have to go far and can stay in the same 2-pack. It's Dr. Spectrum. This figure is so strange. From the mishmashed no pin arms but pin legs to the paint color issues. This one is not good enough to replace my custom and got tossed into a fodder bin. At number 7 best, we have the Walgreens exclusive Sentry. If you were lucky, you picked this guy up on discount. A great update to the older body mold and a welcome new head sculpt that isn't another Thor head. Although I did end up painting mine to look more like the box image in most comic art. At number 7 worst, we are staying with Walgreens exclusive and going with Moonstone. Lack of accessories and dull paint made this update more of a letdown. The SDCC one ends up looking more comic accurate with better paints and the body mold we all like best. Coming in at number 6 best, we have Ultimate Captain America. A great new sculpt and parts made this guy stand out, and it didn't take long for me to see a way to pay tribute to the old Toy Biz one that had more gray parts. I repainted him, and he became my favorite Cap on my display. I guess you guys like this repaint too. Number 6 worst for me is this Multiple Man. No attachment to the character or this costume design. Easy pass for me. Number 5 best for me was this new look for Elektra as Daredevil. I'm always a fan of a new character design getting an action figure quickly. Almost higher on my list, but already working on getting another one for a custom to get this other look and might add soft good parts. Number 5 worst is this Ultron rehash. I don't get this one at all. This should have been a different villain or new character. Wasted slot. The previous Ultron in the Build-A-Bear wave was the best. It had better paints and the best look for me. I still have one on display and one MOC. Number 4 best for me was the Model 1 Iron Man. I was really impressed with the details and sculpt, but most surprised by the range and articulation. I paired him on display with other classic Avengers and some fire effects, and he really looks awesome. Number 4 worst for me was the Target exclusive Antman. I was really looking forward to an updated body over the old one on the Pizza Spidey 10 abs monstrosity. This figure got good paints but was lacking accessories. No extra head sculpt or removable helmet almost makes the Toy Biz one superior. I really want to see a transparent or clear size changing accessory for our Ant-Man figures moving forward. Maybe a third-party company will help us out. At number 3 best, it's the Blob. Great update to an old Build-A-Figure that I think many people wanted but didn't want to pay the big bucks to get the old one. This new Blob is great with an extra expressive head sculpt. He helps us get closer to completing the Brotherhood on our displays. Next up at number 3 worst, we are sticking with the Brotherhood and its Avalanche. No accessories for his powers and a bland head sculpt. Wait, who is that under that helmet? He looks like someone. Just not Avalanche. It's even scarier when you heat it up and take the head out of the helmet to swap for someone. Anyone. I personally swapped for the Black Knight angry teeth and then painted the eyes white and added a sculpted A to his belt along with some cool power effects. And at number 2 best, it's the Target exclusive Black Widow. I went back and forth on this one for a while, and I worry about what message we are all sending Hasbro when we put this $28 figure at high ranks. I mean, realistically, it's what all females should have been, but a long time ago. Better articulation and pinless. The extra heads are great, and it reminds me of the Doctor Strange we got last year. I think we can all agree this should be a standard and not a price hike. Number 2 worst for me was the letdown of this Marvel boy. This was not the look we all wanted to go with our Dark Avengers team. I'm sure some people are happy to have this character in his more modern costume. Just not the one I was excited for. This one was an easy pass wait for clearance for me. Before we move on to the number 1s, here is a look at some honorable mentions for 2023. On to the number 1 worst. First is a step backwards for female figures. If we are going to praise the new female articulation, then Storm is a misstep. No bicep or waist swivel. Would have been nice for an updated body considering the rest of the wave is getting updates. Still, she has a great head sculpt. And now for my number 1 pick for the year. It's still Spiral. It started Spiral and she got moved around a bit. But she is a triumph for Marvel Legends. Great articulation, and saying that with a 6-armed figure is surprising. Great looking figure. Wish she came with some effects and maybe the non-helmet head sculpt. I have a feeling we might see them re-release her in her X-Force look. And that will do it for my 10 best and 10 worst for 2023. What were your best and worst? Comment below. Thanks all for watching and supporting this small channel. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all.